votes to make Donald Trump the next Republican nominee for president. The state of Florida, with Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. just selected all of Florida's delegates for their father, putting him over the top now to become the Republican nominee. Also within the past couple of moments, the Trump campaign has announced that Ohio Senator J.D. Vance will in fact become the vice presidential candidate on the ticket with Donald Trump. What the states are doing right now is going through state by state with their delegate counts for each one of those delegate conventions and who they will support. Obviously, all of them casting their votes towards Donald Trump. Let's now take you live to the floor in Milwaukee where that delegate count is underway.
Of this convention, Hawaii, 19 votes, President Trump. Kansas, 39 delegates.
I am Mike Brown, chairman of the Republican Party of Kansas, the heartland of America and the breadbasket of the world. Also the aviation capital of the world and the home state of Bob Dole and Dwight D. Eisenhower. Madam Chair, the great state of Kansas proudly casts all 39 of its votes for the man, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Kansas, 39 votes, President Trump. Louisiana, 47 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I am Eric Skrmeta, Public Service Commissioner for the state of Louisiana and Delegation Chairman. Louisiana, led by my friend, Republican Governor Jeff Landry, home of the Speaker of the House of the United States Government, Mike Johnson, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, host of the 2025 Super Bowl for the NFL for the 11th time, the state with the lowest utility rates in the country, and becoming a center for capital investment for the United States. Louisiana, the sportsman's paradise, casts all of its 47 delegate votes for the bold and brave Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Louisiana, 47 votes, President Trump. Delaware, 16 delegates.
Madam Secretary, my name is Julianne Murray, and I am the proud state chairman of the Delaware Republican Party. Delaware is a small and mighty state, but we are the first state. We are so proud of our nominee, and we are going to fight to deliver Delaware to Donald J. Trump. Madam Secretary, the great state of Delaware proudly casts all of its 16 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Delaware, 16 votes, President Trump. Guam, 9 delegates.
Madam Chairman, Hafaday, I'm Felix Camacho, former governor of Guam. We send a warm Hafaday and Sejus Maasi from the great territory of Guam, where America's day begin. Itano Imansamoru.
The home of the newest Marine Corps base, Camp Blas, and over 20,000 members of our armed forces, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and Space Force, and over 23,000 veterans.
So, Madam Chair, the great territory of Guam proudly cast all 9 of its votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Guam, 9 votes, President Trump. Connecticut, 28 delegates.
Madam Secretary, My name is Ben Proto, and I have the honor of serving as chairman of the great state of Connecticut's Republican Party. Connecticut, the Constitution state, the arsenal of democracy, and the home of the two-time, soon-to-be three-time NCAA men's basketball champion UConn Huskies, proudly cast 28 votes for the 45th president and soon-to-be 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Connecticut, 28 votes, President Trump. Alaska, 29 delegates.
The great state of Alaska pledges all of its 29 delegate votes to Donald J. Trump. The state of Alaska, the largest state in the nation, 2.5 times the size of our fellow state, Texas. The furthest northern state, western state, and eastern state, the largest bears in the country, largest moose, biggest military, more retired veterans per capita. Once again, we pledge all of our votes, 29 delegates, to Donald Trump, the next president of the United States of America.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Alaska, 29 votes, President Trump. Oregon, 31 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Tracy Hunnell, National Committee Woman for Oregon, home of Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer and Congressman Cliff Benz, home of the Beavers. Oregon is also home of the deepest lake in the country and the deepest canyon in the country. We have the third most climbed mountain in the world, and we're the wind sailing capital of the world. Oregon is an outdoor lover's paradise with every geographical terrain on the planet within our border. Madam Secretary, the great state of Oregon proudly casts our 31 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Oregon, 31 votes, President Trump.
I love it.
Mississippi, 40 delegates.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Governor Tate Reeves, on behalf of the great state of Mississippi, the hospitality state, the birthplace of America's music, home to B.B. King, Elvis, Faulkner, and the best catfish in the entire world, where our food is fried and our tea is sweet, where breaking economic development and employment records daily is as common as college baseball national championship teams. Woo! A Republican stronghold and a key piece of the Red Wall, from the mighty Mississippi River to the sweet Gulf Coast and everywhere in between. I am incredibly excited, honored, and proud to cast all 40 of our votes for the next president of these great United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Mississippi, 40 votes, President Trump. Northern Mariana Islands, 9 delegates.
Half a day, John Tiro, Madam Secretary. I am Irene Hall, and I am the National Committee Woman and Delegation Chair of the Northern Mariana Islands. On behalf of the 9 delegates from my beautiful Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, we are so proud to cast all of our votes for our President,
Donald J. Trump!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Northern Mariana Islands, 9 votes, President Trump. Wyoming, 29 delegates.
Madam Chairman, I'm Wyoming Secretary of State and Wyoming Delegation Chairman Chuck Ray. The Cowboy State is the energy capital of our country. We supply coal, oil and gas, soda ash, ag products for the entire world. And Wyoming, the Cowboy State, is Trump country. We've supplied the highest margin of victory for President Trump in both 2016 and 2020. And with that, Wyoming, the Cowboy State, casts all of its 29 delegates for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Wyoming, 29 votes, President Trump. Maine, 20 delegates.
Hi, my name is Demi Kazunas. I'm a proud Army veteran, a dentist, a daughter of legal immigrants, mother and grandmother, and will be the next U.S. Senator from the great state of Maine. But today, as chair of the Maine delegation, the largest exporter of lobsters and blueberries, also known as vacation land, and we delivered one electoral college vote for President Trump in 16 and 20 out of all of New England. We stand here proudly with my delegation of 20 to cast all of our votes for the next President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Maine, 20 votes, President Trump. Missouri, 54 delegates.
Madam Secretary, Missouri, the Show Me State, home of the four-time Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Home of the best United States Senators, Josh Hawley and Eric Schmidt. From the great Northwest of the Pony Express to the Lake of the Ozarks, Bass Pro Shop, and St. Louis Arch, the mighty Missouri is casting 54 delegates for our favorite president and the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Missouri, 54 votes, President Trump. Idaho, 32 delegates.
I'm Dorothy Moon, chairwoman of the Idaho Republican Party and also the delegate sponsor. I'm excited to have all of the delegates behind us, all 32 votes, to go toward Donald J. Trump. We are the gem state. We are very rural. We have a lot of mountains and rivers, and we also love freedom and liberty. And we love a fighter, and Donald Trump is a proven fighter, and we want him to be our next president with our 32 delegates. We need to be with him. Fight, 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 fight.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Idaho, 32 votes, President Trump.
All right. Hey, we're up.
Illinois, 64 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Congresswoman Mary Miller, and I'm proud to represent Illinois, the land of Lincoln, the first Republican president. And on behalf of parents who are horrified by Joe Biden's attack on parental rights, on behalf of farmers who are being crushed by the Biden economy, on behalf of our daughters who Biden is forcing to compete against men in sports, and on behalf of the victims of the Kamala Harris border crisis, Madam Chairwoman, Illinois casts proudly cast all 64 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Illinois, 64 votes, President Trump. North Dakota, 29 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm North Dakota State Auditor Josh Gallion and chair of our delegation. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I'm here with our chairwoman, Sandy Sanford, and the rest of our delegation. North Dakota, we love our farmers. We love our energy producers. We back the blue. We are very appreciative of our military installations, Minot Air Force Base and Grand Forks Air Force Base. We feed the world, we fuel the world, we defend the world. The great state of North Dakota proudly casts all of its 29 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, North Dakota, 29 votes, President Trump. Arizona, 43 delegates.
Arizona needs to secure its southern border to prevent the atrocities that are happening and fix its broken election system. And that's why I, Shelby Bush, the delegation chair, and our wonderful state chairwoman, Gina Swoboda, and this entire delegation cast their 43 delegates to Donald J. Trump!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention, Arizona, 43 votes, President Trump. New Jersey, 12 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm State Senator Michael Testa from the great state, the Garden State, the state of New Jersey, a state where President Donald J. Trump has invested heavily. And we think and we know that he can win New Jersey this year. Madam Secretary, we should all be thankful right now that we are able to cast our votes for President Donald J. Trump after what took place on Saturday. So the state of New Jersey is extremely proud to cast all of its delegate votes for the 45th and soon to be 47th President of these United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, New Jersey, 12 votes, President Trump. U.S. Virgin Islands, 4 delegates.
Madam Secretary, as chairman of the United States Virgin Islands, the land of welcoming people, beautiful beaches, tremendous culture, and the best rum in the world, proudly casts its 4 delegates for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures, the U.S. Virgin Islands, 4 votes, President Trump. North Carolina. North Carolina, 74 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I am Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, and God willing, I will be the next governor of North Carolina. North Carolina is the Tar Heel state. North Carolina is the home of the longleaf pine, and North Carolina is indeed, woo, the state that is and always will be first in flight. Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the state of North Carolina, I am directed that the state to cast 62 votes for America's Braveheart and the next president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, for president. and 12 votes in accordance with the rules.
North Carolina, 62 votes, President Trump, 12 votes to be cast pursuant to the rules and procedures of this convention. Arkansas, 40 delegates.
Madam Secretary, Chairman Wadley, I am Joseph Wood, Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas, the natural state, the land of opportunity, home of the 47th Governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Yes. Also home of the National Federation of Republican Women, Julie Harris, Johnny Cash, Al Green, and the Little Rock Nine Civil Rights Movement. We cast our 40 votes to continue to fight and save America with Donald J. Trump. Our votes for Donald J. Trump. Woo Pigs Louise!
Arkansas, 40 votes, President Trump. Virginia, 48 delegates.
Madam Secretary, on behalf of the great Commonwealth of Virginia, named last week by CNBC as America's top place to do business. Home to 850,000 of the greatest Americans, our military and veteran heroes. Home to Washington, Madison, Monroe, the first governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, the voice of liberty, Patrick Henry, and home to Thomas Jefferson, who penned the most immortal words that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Proudly, as Governor of Virginia, along with our great chairman of the Republican Party of Virginia, Rich Anderson, we cast our delegate votes for the next President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his Vice President, J.D. Vance.
Virginia, 42 votes, President Trump, 6 votes to be cast pursuant to the rules and procedures of the convention. Michigan, 55 delegates.
Madam Chairwoman, I rise from the great state of Michigan, where the Republican Party was founded under the Oaks on July 6, 1854, home of the gas-powered automobile, Flint, Vehicle City, Motown, Michigan State University Spartans, the 2023 football national champions, Michigan Wolverines, Cereal City, USA, the Great Lakes State, and sadly, the worst governor in America. We welcome you to the Midwest. The liberal elite call us flyover country. We're proud to be part of the so-called blue wall, and we're going to tear down that wall to once again elect our 45th and 47th president, Donald J. Trump. Michigan Trump. All right.
Michigan, 51 votes, President Trump. 4 votes to be cast pursuant to the rules and procedures of the convention. Minnesota, 39 delegates.
Madam Secretary, the great state of Minnesota, the battleground state of Minnesota, which will elect a Republican for president for the first time since 1972 this year. Minnesota, the first state to fight to preserve our nation in 1861. Today, to preserve our nation again, we Minnesotans proudly pledge all 39 of our delegate votes for our next president, Donald J. Trump. Hey!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Minnesota, 39 votes, President Trump. Colorado, 37 delegates.
Madam Secretary, on behalf of the Colorado Republican Party and the great state of Colorado, the Centennial State, home of the U.S. Air Force Academy and Space Command, along with the best Rocky Mountain peaks and powder skiing in the world, I have the honor of announcing that our delegation, with unity and purpose, while responding to our president's call to fight, 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 unanimously votes for the 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention, Colorado, 37 votes, President Trump. Rhode Island, 19 delegates.
Madam Secretary, the ocean state, where almost 90 years of Democratic control has led to the industrial vandalism of our ocean. Wind turbines in our ocean are killing our fishing industry and marine life, which has led to all pain and no gain. We were the first state to declare our independence from Britain and the last state to ratify the Constitution because we believe in states' rights. We are home to the independent man who wonders what happened to that independent freedom of religion spirit that Roger Williams brought into Rhode Island. Let's bring back the spirit and soul of America with patriotism and intelligence rather than blind, ambitious power. Madam Secretary, the great state of Rhode Island proudly cast all 19 votes for Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Rhode Island, 19 votes, President Trump. Pennsylvania, 67 delegates.
Madam Secretary, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and its phenomenal delegation behind me, the birthplace of our nation and Constitution at Independence Hall, proudly cast all of its 67 votes for the bravest man in America, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Pennsylvania, 67 votes, President Trump. South Dakota, 29 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Larry Roden, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of South Dakota. I'm proud to speak on behalf of myself and Governor Noem and our delegation. We represent the freest state in a nation built on the principles of freedom. On behalf of South Dakotans, I wanted to say one thing. President Trump helped bring fireworks back to our Mount Rushmore. That monument honors 4 of our greatest presidents, and I believe there's room for one more. Just saying. On behalf of South Dakota's 29 delegates, I proudly cast all our votes for President Donald J. Trump.
South Dakota, 28 votes, President Trump. New Mexico, 22 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Jim Townsend, National Committeeman from New Mexico, joined with Tina Zhuk, National Committeewoman from New Mexico, and the delegation from New Mexico. New Mexico is known as the land of enchantment. We remember well when our citizens flourished and jobs were always available. Madam Secretary, we remember when the courts in our country were known for being fair and our borders were secure. Madam Secretary, we also remember who was responsible for that and who worked hard for America. That's why today, New Mexico cast all 22 votes for the next President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, New Mexico, 22 votes, President Trump. Montana, 31 delegates.
Madam Secretary, Montana is big sky country, abundant with God's blessings. Montana is the most patriotic state in the USA. Montana is debt-free and sanctuary city-free. As Secretary of State, along with all the delegates from Montana, we stand with a leader who has reshaped American politics and reinvigorated our spirit as a nation. He delivered on his promises: record job growth, historic tax cuts, securing our border, and protecting our Second Amendment. It is our honor to cast 31 votes for our next president, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Montana, 31 votes, President Trump. South Carolina, 50 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Henry McMaster, proud, happy governor of the state of South Carolina, lucky husband of First Lady Peggy Jean Maccabee McMaster. Great state of South Carolina, the Palmetto State, from the mountains to the sea, where we've been fighting for liberty since 1670, where the Revolutionary War was won, where in 2016 Donald Trump won his first primary victory ever, ushering in the Trump era of American history. The great state of South Carolina proudly cast all 50 of its votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, South Carolina, 50 votes, President Trump. Vermont, 17 delegates.
Madam Secretary, thank you. My name is Gerald Malloy. I am a proud Vermonter, a Vermont delegate, and a veteran. I am also the Vermont Republican Party nominee for the United States Senate, and I'm the guy that's going to retire Bernie Sanders. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vermont is the Green Mountain State. It's the 14th star, a long history of leadership and innovation for the United States. Ethan Allen, John Deere, President Calvin Coolidge. Our motto is freedom and unity. Unfortunately, right now, we've got a problem with unity and division in the United States. There's one man that's going to reunite our country and make America great again. It's Donald Trump, 45th and 47th President. Mr. Chairman, the great state of Vermont proudly casts all of its 17 votes for Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Vermont,